Yeah, this topic I think y'all want to hear. This topic is STIs today. That's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
STIs. Yeah, STIs and the HIV rate that's going on right now in Gaston County.
It's about safety.
About safety. So that's what we're going to be talking about.
Boundaries.
Boundaries for a few seconds. Get y'all on here, number 6. Y'all let Wendy get 10.
That's my therapeutic portion of it. The boundaries. It's really, really important there. And it's time to teach it to our children because we don't want them to just keep going out here living any kind of way because it's causing more harm
than it is doing anything.
Then keeping it the secret is not helpful.
We ain't talking till we get 10. You can jump on and jump off. It don't matter, but I'll sit right here till I get 10. What's up, number 5?
Come on.
Yeah, y'all need to, I don't know why y'all be jumping up. Y'all don't want to hear nothing about protection. Now, see, I'm in the first lady house and I can't cuss, but I am. Y'all don't want to protect yourself up, but damn out here. Y'all got Wendy strong.
Oh.
They don't. I'm sorry, they don't. They'd rather hear about somebody fighting and cussing. And if I was on here talking about Kiana Partner and Twin, y'all would jump on here. If I was on here talking about Kiana and Twin, y'all would jump on here.
And I heard it was a lot going on.
Yeah. Wendy was on here talking about that. Y'all would jump on here for that. And Wendy distraught. Okay, hey, daughter. What's up?
But Wendy ain't going to be disrespectful to the people, like she said, But if that's what y'all want to hear, y'all want to hear some gossip, that's what it's going to be about.
Now, you want to hear some gossip, Wendy bring it to you. I'll give it to you all day, If I was on here talking about Cuz and Kiana, y'all niggas will jump on here. You hear me? Wendy needs something to drink, her throat parched.
But we just want to encourage you all for real to go on to YouTube and subscribe. You must subscribe so that we can go live. We're going to be going live from YouTube weekly on Sunday nights at 7 p.m. So we will not be on Facebook long.
Right, this will be really y'all last time watching us. Like, and all honesty, we're not going to be doing, hey, number 9. You know what I'm saying? Hey, baby, I love you, sweetheart. Yeah, Wendy was on here talking about
number 11.
Hey, what's up, number 11? I was on here talking about Kiana and Twin, number 12. I swear to God, because that's the biggest topic going on right now is Twin and Kiana. But if I was talking about it, hit the yeah button. Right, if I was going live talking about that, y'all would love Wendy to be on here. But nah, I'll just decide y'all not going to be seeing us doing these Facebook lives anymore. That's the God's Heaven Truth. We are doing a premiere with you guys, Summer 14 today. I think this last 2, though. What y'all think? Wendy might snatch this thing. Okay, yeah. It look good. Okay, so yeah, we're not gonna be doing the Facebook lives no more. If y'all want to continue to watch us, please, y'all gonna have to go to YouTube and subscribe. So what we're gonna do is a snippet and talk a little bit about today about HIV and STIs that's here in Gaston County. And then if you want to watch the rest of it, you have to go subscribe to the YouTube page to get the rest of it, to catch the rest of that live. Okay.
And you have to understand that the STIs is important to learn about because it is part of the very first topic we spoke about when we talked about the community and environmental influences. So now we got to dive into what goes on in the community, what goes on when it comes to these environmental influences. It is really, really important to be educated on these things so that we can move forward as a community and not keep on stagnating and hiding things and keep it, because people getting sick. People leaving here.
The people ain't getting sick. I'm sorry.
Okay, so go ahead.
These niggas is sick.
Okay.
And I'm sorry to say it that way.
Okay.
Y'all, we got a lot of sick people out here. I'm just sorry. We got a lot of sick people out here. And the statistics right now, you guys, whether y'all know it or not, believe it or not, the ages are hitting really hard in Gastonia from the ages of 13 and 34. If I'm not mistaken, yeah. So the age right now with people that's testing positive in Gastonia is hitting between the age of 13 and 34, is what I was told. Right now, also as well, trichomoniasis is really big here in Gastonia right now. So the trichomoniasis rate has went up. I did get some information I shared with Dr. A. That I don't know if you know this or not. So when we get trichomonosis, and I say we, so women when we get, because at some point or another, one of we may have contracted, some of you may have not. But either way it goes, if you ever had trichomoniasis, I did find out, Dr. A, that they saying that it has been tested scientifically that you as the woman have to go in and get an antibiotic, right? And then your spouse can go to the doctor and they might say that his trichomoniasis test came back negative, but the men have to be the men have to ask to be tested for trick. They don't automatically test a man for a trick, right? Make a long story short, a man can get rid of trick within 5 to 10 days.
Right.
His own body mechanism can get rid of the trichomoniasis itself. So if you go test positive and your partner say, well, hey, you must have been effing around because I don't have it, it means that if he did give it to you, if he do have it, that his body has immune to get rid of it itself. Where
naturally.
Naturally. Where women, we have to actually go get an antibiotic for that. So I did want to put that information out here. What you want to say something to that?
Well, no, let's go on and let's get started. You know, again, welcome to Real Life
Real Talk
Podcast
with your girl Wendy Williams
and Dr. A.
Let's talk about it.
Why, Wendy? Because you always stay what?
I stay ready and I stay distraught. Okay? And this thing, I'm going to get on here and say this thing when Keon Partlow and Terrell Hill got Wendy in distress. Let's talk about it. I talked to Lisa already, so I'm good.
Yes, you did.
I'm cleared. Okay. So, yeah, and she's going to be a guest. Another thing y'all want to tune in too, because we're going to be having her a guest live. What she say? Yeah. So on our YouTube channel, if y'all want to catch Miss Keon Partlow on our live, you can also catch her on there. She's going to be on there talking about some things that's going on in Gaston County as well. So we're just trying to give y'all a little bit of snippet of different things that we got. No, sir, that we have going on, what we're going to be doing.
Right. So make sure y'all subscribe to YouTube so you can watch live on Sunday evenings. So let's get into this topic. Let's get into what's going on when it comes to the STIs and the young people in our community, the Black community. You know, when I was in college, it was so many studies that we did when it came to sociology and psychology. And they always said that us as Black people had the highest percentage for everything.
We do.
You know, and that's college studies. And so when I read that, you know, my mind went like this. Okay, if we're the minority population, then of course our percentages is going to look high. But then also I thought about it. When you're in a small town and a small community and people are not living, I'm going to say faithful, and you dealing with a lot of selfishness, it's a circle. People are sleeping with the same people.
People don't sleep with the same people.
You know what I'm saying?
In one form, shape, of another,
yeah.
We all have end up indulging in sleeping with the same man or the same woman, so it don't come back full circle.
And when it comes back, then it causes these other issues. It's more than the drama of that you sharing baby mamas or you sharing baby daddies or even boyfriends or girlfriends. Now it comes to...
We sharing the same boyfriend.
It comes to the hell.
Yeah.
You sharing the same boyfriend. Now
when I say sharing the same boyfriend, because we got a lot of trade men out here. Talk about it. They don't want to talk about it, y'all. Y'all don't want to talk about what really be going on. Y'all want to placate and sugarcake. We're not placating and we're not sugarcating shit. Like, this is real life. I'm sorry, Pastor, and I'm sorry, excuse me. This is real life. This is your health. Like, this is really for real. It's not no game. And y'all people really be taking it for a game. We be sharing y'all boyfriends. They be sharing, you be sharing the same men. Because these men, when I say sharing your boyfriend, meaning these men be sharing our man. My boyfriend sitting with your boyfriend.
Ooh,
let's talk about it. My man sleeping with your man. You understand what I'm saying?
Not okay.
And that's not okay. And that's why a lot of these STDs is going around. I'm going to call a spade a spade. I'm going to continue to call a spade a spade.
Right.
We don't got too many people shooting up dope no more.
No.
People not really shooting up dope no more. So, like, the main ways of getting sex is intervening drug use, right? And then also sexual body fluids. Those are the two ways that you contract HIV. Okay, you got more people sleeping around, and right now, Black America is the #1 people with HIV in this country.
Yeah,
it is us. It's not the whites. It's not the Asians. It's not the Hispanics. It is us, y'all. We are like we killing ourselves, and we killing ourselves because nobody wants to what?
Be honest. Nobody want to be truthful and open. And you need to be honest about
your
who
status.
You are, your sexuality, your preference, and so on. And if you're not willing to be in a committed relationship, be honest about that too. Because it's a point where it comes where you need to use protection. You know, and you can't protect your mouth all the time.
No, keep your mouth to yourself.
Keep your mouth to
and keep your tongues to yourself. Don't ain't y'all watching the Diddy trial? Don't y'all see how Cassie had all them bump. Diddy had Cassie bumped up. Do you hear me?
It was
it was disgusting. Like, I'm really serious. Like, you know, he had her bumped up, you guys. Like, I'm serious. Like, it's more to the everybody say HIV, but y'all, not just HIV, because, you know, it's treatable, it's curable, people living with it, but who wants it? Who wants it when you don't have to have it? You know, it's dangerous. Not only that, and I've been posting a lot, and Dr. A can contest, I've been posting a lot about HIV, and I'm going to continue to post about HIV. It is very big going on in our community. We have young girls that's walking around here right now, HIV positive. Babies, teenagers.
Just graduating
high school, having sex with guys that's older than them, guys that's in college, not telling their statuses, you know, getting these young girls getting them pregnant, and also giving them something that's uncurable, right? So I just think, it's not fair, you know, but they say life favor isn't fair either. So we as women have to make better choices. We have to make better decisions. You know, so we have to stand firm. And you need to start investigating. Don't nobody want to investigate nothing. It's okay. This nigga, this person is. No, you got to backtrack who these people been sleeping with. Well, you know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, you just don't want to be sleeping with people that's reckless. Because if they're reckless within themselves, then they're going to be reckless with you.
Right. But if we go back and we was talking about environment just the other day, Sunday, we was talking about environment and environmental influences. It's going to come a time where us as parents need to sit down and we need to have the bird and the bee talk again.
Yeah.
You know, you remember when we were kids, we had the bird and the bees talk.
I did.
You did?
But I didn't, and I ain't going to tell you no lie. I ain't going to say that I
But
did.
I can say that it was the older generation that really had that, you know, maybe had the talk. Some people probably didn't, but I remember hearing that
in school,
that status, that quote in school.
In school,
we had sex education, and it talked about being, you know, healthy sexuality and healthy sex. And that's where I believe people has gotten away from it. And you gotten away from it because when I go to the religious term of sexual immorality, that means that it's been too much sex outside of marriage. It's too much sex outside of a man and a woman, which causes conflict. Where you got people that's been living risky lifestyles, such as prostitution, having these sexual behaviors of threesomes and so on, homosexuality, and some of the unholy, what is considered unholy when it comes to the Bible. My thing is, it's about boundaries. It's about setting boundaries. You know, what I've learned from a religious standpoint is that the pagan gods, they did idol worship through these sexual things that the world have made okay. You know, but what comes from sin? Sin equals death. You know, and so when you doing things out of pocket, out of the place of what it was ordained and appointed to be, then these are some of the things that come up, and that's just from my standpoint as you know, when it comes to religion. What you think about that?
I don't know.
You know, you can get your standpoint.
I'm saying, I'm just saying, you just taught me something that I didn't know.
Okay.
Yeah, right.
Okay,
yeah,
I'm sorry.
I mean, I ain't ashamed to say, you know, I ain't deep in the Bible, so I don't. You know, and you're a pastor, and so I'm glad that we're doing this thing because I'm getting educated as well.
Okay.
But let me piggyback back off of the birds and the bees. So naturally, as kids coming up, we learned about sex education, like you said, in school. But let's break it down to when it comes to the home. I can't ever remember being able to feel like that I was in a place of, I could go ask my mom about sex. Or we could talk about sex. And I think a lot of the times, these young kids and our young children don't feel comfortable coming to us as being a parent to have that kind of conversation. And so when they out here in this world, they just doing what they feel that is cool. Right. Whether they're being pressured or they're just being promiscuous or they just want to see what it's like. And you know, you understand what I'm saying?
I get exactly what you're saying because now then that makes me take it to a therapeutic standpoint because you have kids that has been sexually assaulted,
correct,
molested, and dealt with incest, which I'll still go back to the sexual immorality, which is a sin. But when you are taught about sex at a young age the wrong way, then you go and you start trying to figure it out on your own.
Correct.
So you're going to continue to make these mistakes as you trying to learn and go. And again, remember, we said it all the time. You will want to do better until you know better. You can't learn better until you go out and you try to do better. You know, it takes effort for you to do anything. It's nothing to be ashamed about, you know, from a person that dealt with things of such. You know, you have to learn and grow. You know, you can't just, it's nothing to be ashamed about and to live a rejection about, but to know that, you know, you can do better. That's part of doing better too. It's part of your emotional, your spiritual and behavior growth. Right, you're not going to just sit around and just give your body to anybody or let anybody do anything to your body once you know better. You know, but as a child, innocent child, just don't know.
No, these kids don't know.
The kids don't know.
And then we can't blame it on music. We can't blame it on, you know, you just have to take accountability.
Right, accountability.
And we as parents, my kids is grown now, but y'all, I'm just gonna say, you know, Cortland 18, and I took him to the doctor, y'all, and I'm thinking to myself, what 18-year-old, not throwing my son under the bus, but y'all, what 18-year-old haven't masturbated or even tried to have sex, right? And he said, and the doctor said to me that was normal. That doesn't mean that he's gay. That doesn't mean that he's this or he's that. And so I said, damn, and you know, I'm kind of who I am, and maybe, you know, y'all can let me know, because we want y'all feedback. And Dr. A, you can get on me too from the therapeutic standpoint. But you know, I got 2 sons, you know, and I got one son that, hey, he with it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Khalid bring them girls in. You know what I'm saying? My sons ain't got no problem, but then I got my baby boy that's more like, you know, and so I'm questioning, you know, what's going on. And he said, Mama, it's too many STDs out here. This is what my baby said to me. He said,
that was smart.
Cortland said to me the other day, you ought to be glad I don't want to have sex.
I'm
you
about to be
like,
Cortland
said, you ought to be glad I'm not trying to have sex. He was like, I don't trust nobody out
Boundaries.
here. Yeah, I guess that's him letting me know, hey, Mama, you ought to be proud that I'm not out here screwing and bringing different girls in your house. You got what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so, you know, not to embarrass him or anything, but just I think these are the kind of talks that we need to have with our young sons and with our young daughters to make them feel like they can come to us as parents to have these kind of conversations, so they don't go outside the home doing any and everything, okay?
Any and everything.
Yeah. So
look, y'all, we're gonna go ahead and cut
you need to cut it.
We're gonna cut the Facebook Live, and we're gonna continue on YouTube. So y'all need to subscribe and go to YouTube to watch the rest of this, and continue to watch live on YouTube. Subscribe at Real Talk Podcast.
Y'all gonna get the best of both worlds.
Yes.
We love you guys for the steady supporting us.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank y'all. We have got up to 80 followers on YouTube, you guys. But we want to start this thing off. We love doing it on Facebook, but we're trying to get the platform bigger than this platform.
Yes.
So like I said, y'all, please go to our YouTube channel and subscribe. It's only gonna get bigger and better from here. We actually done had people reaching out to the both of us wanting to come and do guest appearances. So if people want to get on, y'all inbox us and let us know what y'all want to talk about. We can put y'all on the video, let y'all, you know, chime in, so where we're not just the ones doing the talking. You guys will be talking as well. And from Wendy Williams to you, I love you. Happy birthday, David Caldwell.
We love y'all. Peace out. Have a good one. Yes, as we continue, Courtney, I think that talking about the STIs and the things that has conspired when it comes to sexual immorality and not teaching your children, that that's when it came with the conflict of teenage pregnancy. Remember, I touched on that a little when we spoke Sunday about me having the two children before I left high school. You know, a lot of times I think people just look at, like, why she got 2 kids? Why, who would do that? You know, didn't nobody ask what was going on or what was needed. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, if it's out of pocket for a child to be having children, then find out the depths of what's going on.
So why this is even taking place?
And and reach out. And now, you know, it was once, it seemed like a lot of people that I went to school with, we all end up having children in high school. A lot of us end up having children in high school. But we really didn't deal with the fact of what the children's society is dealing with now. And that's not being able to get rid of the STIs they receive. You know, a lot of people then might have dealt with gonorrhea, trick, stuff that could go.
Was real big.
You know what I'm saying? Where they can go get medicine, it was over with. You know what I'm saying? It was over with.
Right.
But now it's getting dangerous. It's getting worse and worse because even though they say that HIV is no longer a death sentence, it's still
nobody wants it.
It's still an upkeep.
It is.
In order for you not to have a death sentence.
That's right.
You know?
That's right. You're right.
And so share about the studies that you got when it came to the STI rates.
The studies that I did collect was, like I said, here in our county. Here in our county, as of right now, y'all, Gaston County, we are almost there with Charlotte, North Carolina. They did say, I went to my own primary doctor and was talking to the nurses, and they were saying that they have been seeing girls come in as early as 13.
Wow.
The girls are coming in as early as 13, might be their first time, and they are testing positive right now, really big for syphilis, and they're testing positive real big for HIV from the ages of 13 to 34.
Wow.
And that's just right here in Gaston County. The nurse practitioner did tell me that. And so, you know, that's a lot.
That's a lot.
We're not, but so big. So,
right.
You know, and so most of the people are sleeping with people from South Carolina, Oak Ridge, Charlotte, Kings Mountain, Mount Holly. You know, we small. We're small, but we big. And so, you know, like I say, it's just like this repeated cycle of some kind of way everybody's entwined and sleeping with each other in one form, shape, fashion, or another. Somebody you may have contracted something from somebody, and you don't want to talk about it. You don't want to save the next person because you feel like it's not your place because didn't nobody save you. Nobody warned you.
Right, and that's what we need to get to again. That's selfish. It's not fair. Our job is to love people and to treat people that we want, the way that we want to be treated.
That's right.
And you know, sometimes just unfortunately, somebody is not brave enough. Somebody is not taught better. But when you know better, you should do better. It's morally. It is morally. You shouldn't want anybody to suffer just because you are suffering. That's how the enemy keeps us bound as a people. You know, in order for us to be relieved and healed, we have to let out our pain, not pass our pain.
I'm glad you said that, Dr. A. I'm glad you said that because something just came to my mind. You know how we're always talking about homosexuality, and we're always talking about, you know, the gay men, the straight men, but we don't talk about lesbianism. And another thing that I did find out in studies is that women can pass HIV on to each other.
Wow.
With lesbian relationships. Yes, and that's actually true. You can Google it for yourself. But the study has shown that women on women is also passing HIV to one another. And so, you know, it's just not always about the men, you know, out here, because the only way a woman can get HIV is by a man giving it to them. Okay? But women are contracting HIV, and a lot of women are lesbians and turn into lesbians or bisexual women. And it's a case where a woman gave another woman HIV. And that's documented. You know, so that's big as well. So, you know, we just have to be careful. Nobody, they be saying, oh, when you be always talking about my chart. Yes, get on my chart. Get on my chart. Get on my chart. Keep up with your status. Keep up with your health. Keep up with your partner. And if you got a partner that is not willing to go to the doctor with you, is not willing to disclose, you know.
Leave them alone.
You leave them kind of people alone. Because them people going to kill you.
That's right.
Yeah, they're going to kill you. They don't love nothing. We got so many narcissistic people out here that, what's the word they say, placate you. And honey, they be killing you all at the same time.
All at the same time.
They love you and kill you together.
I'm going to tell you like this, there ain't that much penetration in the world needed.
I don't even want it. I don't even want it. You hear me? And so, but just to sum it up,
Yeah, just to sum it up.
Sorry. Yeah, just because I done got it right. I done got, just talking about the STIs and, just y'all be mindful. Y'all please take care of yourself, okay?
Yes.
Please take care of your babies. These kids really matter. They are our future. We cannot continue to produce strong black men if everybody is gay. I'm gonna say that again. I'm not a gay basher. Okay.
No, not at all.
I'm not, so like I said, but we have to take care of ourselves, and taking care of ourselves start with us first. And then, if you don't respect yourself enough, then the person that you're with is not gonna respect you either. They're gonna cross those boundaries. They're gonna continue to push the envelope to see how far you're gonna continue to let them go. Right. And people get into this love bomb. Honey, I'm so over love. I'm 46 years old. I'm so over love. Like, you can show love in other ways other than sex.
Yes, and intimacy can be shown in other ways than sex. A simple hug, a simple kiss, holding hands.
Just affection, cuddling.
A nice picnic. Dinner, lunch, anything.
But it don't always have to be physical.
No.
I think a lot of times men don't get it either, and I don't know if they don't get it, but if the partner don't share it with you, then you won't get it. But a lot of women who has been sexually abused or has been taken advantage of, at a certain point in your life, you're over the sex thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like you just get to a point where you over it, especially with a man that's over sex.
Well, let's talk about that. A lot of times, a lot of men has been sexually abused, they never shared it. They never talked about it, and when they start hearing about sex, they was told it makes them a man the more sex they get.
Correct.
Right. So that right there is those stereotypes and the biases of male versus female, and what also has caused us negative influences in our environment when it comes to sex.
And that's true.
When it comes to sexuality, you have people that women may decide, I don't like a man because how they was forced that first time.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? Then you might have men that has a homosexuality spirit because they was forced by a grown man.
Right.
And that's where
women molest boys too.
Now, Antoine Fisher, that movie Antoine Fisher.
Look how we point at the same time. Do you see what they did? That never stirred away with me, but I can remember a time when we was at the receiving home in Dallas, and Twin can contest to this, the male staff was having sex with us, and the women's staff was having sex with the boys, and that's another reason. Why the receiving home got shut down. I called my social worker and reported. And
told him.
Yeah, the man was having sex with me, and then it was women's staff having sex with the boys. I ain't gonna disclose his name, but yeah, they did a whole lot of investment. And the receiving home was shut down that day. We all got displaced. They was having sex with us. They were taking us to their house. They was coming to our house on weekend visits. Like, this was really going on. So like I said, people in power abuse their authority. When we were kids, that really happened. And so these boys that's being molested by older women, like you said, hey, they think that's cool.
Yeah.
They don't really know what cool is because they haven't been taught the proper way to love a woman.
Or to even be a man.
With a woman.
Yes.
Correct. Right.
That is wrong. And a lot of men, they learn how to try to be the man they mama wanted or they mama needed.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And not realizing that the woman you're going to love is not going to be your mama.
Right. But a lot of men look for women like their mamas.
Yeah, they do.
They do. But don't look for me.
I have two older sons, and my oldest son did. The
qualities of his mother.
He wanted the qualities of his mom from out different girls. He saw one of them. He was happy because our birthday was close together.
Okay.
Another one, he liked because of her work effort, like
work
ethic like mine. One that believed in, supporting him and pushing. It's just it's different things that, he like, oh yeah, you remind me of my mama.
Well, let me tell you what Khalif told me. Wait. Now, Khalif, the opposite of your question. Khalif, I said, Khalif, why I can't never be none of your girlfriends? He said, you be doing too much, mama. So then the other day, I said, you gonna bring your girlfriend back here? He said, oh, I done slid on her. I know, but Winnie though got the chance to meet her. You got what I'm saying?
And he done slid
And he
on
done
her.
slid on her already, but it wasn't what he was looking for.
Right.
You know, understand what I'm saying? And so I think boys bring their women around when they feel like that is of what they know that the mom is gonna be like, hey, this the right
This
one.
the right one.
You know what I'm
They
saying?
trying
They're
to,
trying to encourage you, they're trying to motivate you, they're trying to push you, they're not trying to take from you, they're not trying to put nothing onto you. You know what I'm saying? That they know that you're not even ready for. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so
And I could just say, even being a wife, I could really say just being a wife, my husband, mom, and I, guess what? Our birthdays are actually 2 days apart.
really?
Yes. So, he celebrate my birthday, and he celebrate his mom's birthday.
Yeah.
He celebrate Mother's Day with me. He celebrate Mother's Day with his mom.
Right,
So,
right.
I'm just saying, like, my grandmother always taught me a man that love his know how to love his mother
is gonna love a woman.
is gonna know how to love you.
That's right.
You know?
That's right.
And so I don't see the issue. I don't understand why, this might be another topic for another day, but why a daughter-in-law and a mother-in-law can't get along.
We're gonna talk about it another
So
time. But there's a lot of there's a lot of reasons why. What the hell, E? What the hell, y'all?
No, but for real, you got the what? Do it again, Little John. What?
We having too much fun,
Yeah. But no, that's just really important. See, but I think as we continue to talk about environmental influences, community, we're going to have to bring out the topics that really
there's so many, and I'm glad
so
you said
many
that. And
topics.
we're not going to give it all to y'all in one setting, okay?
No.
Because there's so many different topics. Even though it all can go into one, but then if we do that, then what we're going to talk about the next time.
Yes.
So we have future things to talk about. Yeah, check that T. Okay, we're going to be talking about mother-in-laws, daughter-in-laws, son-in-laws, mother-in-laws. We're going to be talking about infidelity. We're going to be talking about grief.
Family.
We're going to be talking about family. We're going to be talking about religion.
Friends, fake friends.
Fake friends. All right. We're going to be talking about incest.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to be talking about incest
We have
and
to
what
talk
that
about
look
these
like.
sexual sins.
We
You
have
know
to talk
what
about
I'm saying?
this. We're going to be talking about these fake preachers.
Hey,
Catch that T. When he thought she'd throw that one in there. And that,
I didn't know that when
She didn't know when he was there.
Because now, I'm like, oh, wait a minute, Wendy. I got to put my,
But you know what they say.
my guard up, put my shield on.
Don't put your shield on because you wasn't the real ones. But I'm just saying,
Oh,
you don't supposed to speak about people in the cloud, but everybody supposed to be in the cloud. But with that being said, Wendy Williams love you guys, okay? And y'all be blessed. Peace out.
Peace out. We love y'all.